Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with the Twang podcast. I'm your host, Ben Blackman, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to outmarket everybody with your Facebook ads. Here comes episode 81. Facebook Ads with the Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. All right, welcome everybody to episode 81. And by the way, if you did not listen to episode 80, you might want to go back and check that out. It's an interview I did with Facebook ad expert Leanna Ling. And I just want to tell you, that episode is about an hour long. Okay, so I'm breaking from format when I interview people because I can't get it in 10 minutes. I'm not going to have episodes where I'm droning on and on for that long because nobody needs that. But what she had to say was amazing. Especially if you're in a service-based business, you need to go back and listen to that. These are things that you're just not going to hear or see from the typical Facebook ad people that are out there. And I don't mean that as a slight to them. I'm just saying this is beyond that. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about, not a little bit, I want to talk to you a lot actually, about how to outmarket everybody with your Facebook ads. And the reason this came up is because we're coming to, and we've actually kind of been in this Facebook ad reckoning, as I call it, where you're starting to see people who were Facebook ad experts or say they're who came into the marketplace kind of late and now they're dropping off because they can't get the results that they thought they could get, or they can't get them like they used to because just inputting an ad no longer works, and they're not exactly sure how to market, or they don't use multiple channels, or whatever it is. And it's not a slight to them. It's just a lot of people didn't have the skills ahead of time. They're tech savvy, not marketing savvy. And so there's a lot of those people out there, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We all need that. But inputting an ad is really pretty simple, right? I mean, that's not the hardest part. The hardest part is making sure you do the research up front, and that's the part that most people don't want to do. And so what I'm going to begin with, this is not a doom or gloom kind of thing. I mean, Facebook ads are great, still great. I use them all day long, every day, right? But you have to understand how to reach your market and reach them in a way that they're going to respond. So the first thing, and I talk about this often, is it's about your offer. If you don't have a good offer, it doesn't matter what the ad's about, right? The ad could be about anything. So bad offer, this is not going to help you at all. First thing you need to do is work on and make sure you have an amazing offer with tons of value. Now, if you're selling socks, it's a little different, right? I always use socks as a reference point. But if you're selling that, I mean, that's a little different, okay? You're looking for kind of a quantity kind of thing. But you can still do market research and niche down on who you're going to target so that you're speaking to the right people with the socks that you're selling. Does that make sense? So let's just kind of talk about that. And again, this is the part that's really crucial before you ever think about inputting your ad. Because when I talk to people, most of the time, they don't start their targeting, they don't start thinking about their targeting until they get into the ad set in their Facebook ads and start inputting the interest and the age and all that stuff. That's when they start thinking about it, right? I mean, they kind of have a vague idea, but they don't really have it defined. So you can't do that. You need to have your entire ad laid out before you ever get into Facebook Ads Manager. Okay, so make sure you do that. So what do you need to know about them? Well, one of the things I do with my clients is I have them, and it depends. Some of them already have this done, which is awesome. I like to work with clients that are prepared like this, but some of them don't. But what I do is, and if you're watching the video, you'll see this, is I send them this thing called 12 questions to identify, understand, and reach customers that convert. Okay, and I go through a series of questions in here to help, kick off the thought process of, hey, this is what my ideal client looks like. It doesn't mean I won't take on other clients, right? It just means this is the ideal one. This is who I'm really targeting. Okay, and so it goes through 12 basic questions. I used to have it 25, 27 questions and 19 questions. Now I'm down to 12 questions, okay? But it's a really compelling tool. But basically what we're looking for is, demographic information, what age group are they in? Is it male, female? I mean, those kind of things. Where do they live? what do they read, who do they follow, software that they use, services, magazines that they might read, blog posts or blogs that they follow, other influencers that they would follow, what social media platforms do they prefer. Even if they prefer another platform, that doesn't mean you shouldn't run Facebook ads to them. It's just important to go where they are, right? To go to that platform and see what they're talking about. That's what you're doing. What specialty things might they be interested in? Do they travel? Do they have specific health issues? I mean, what's going on there? So the other thing is that we do what we call an empathy map, and this is just part of your market research. And I'm gonna, if you're watching the video, I'm gonna show you an image of it. This is from Justin Brook over at Ad Skills. Although I've seen this other places, but this is the one that I'm showing on the screen for those that see it. But basically, what it comes down to is this: what are they thinking, right? What do they think? How do they feel, right? What are they seeing from other people, meaning your competition, both direct and indirect? What are they getting from them, right? What's getting in front of them? Okay, it's meaning, like, if you're not seeing ads from competition stuff in your news feed, you need to go to their website. You need to subscribe to their email list. You need to purchase whatever it is they have so that you start seeing ads from, because you want to see that. And you want to see how it appears organically in your screen. I say organically, even though it's a paid ad. But you also want to go back to the Facebook ads library, which, if you're not familiar with that, you can go into Facebook and just type in Facebook ads library in a Google search, and then it'll bring you to, you can type in the page of the ads you want to see. And if they're currently running ads, then you'll see what ads they're running. You want to know what they're hearing from other people, what those people are talking about. What is your ideal audience? What are they saying versus what are they doing? Right? Because sometimes they say one thing, but they're doing another. That's very true in the health markets, right? They want to be healthy, but they're not doing it. I mean, that's usually the way it works. But that can be true in a bunch of different markets. The biggest things are, what is their heaven? What's keeping them? Things that would make them really just make their lives completely better, and they're excited about, and they want to see that. What's their heaven? And then what's their hell, right? What keeps them up at night? What worries them? What's just, makes them cringe, that kind of thing. And you need to do these things even if you think you know your market. It doesn't matter if, even if you think you are your market, then you know everything, you still need to do this. You still need to, go into Facebook groups, read what people are saying. You can respond to them, ask them questions, that kind of thing. You don't have to be in there to try to sell them something. You're just trying to do market research. And this is what most people don't want to do. They want to get right into selling. And I get that. Okay. But this is going to set you apart. This is going to set your messaging to where, instead of getting a 1% click-through rate on your ads, you're going to get a 5% click-through rate. Well, what kind of difference does that make? Well, that's literally going to make a 5 times difference in the performance of your ads. Okay, I mean 5 times the difference. So, most people strive, and most experts, they strive for a 1%, or maybe 2%, something like that. And that's what the bottom 80% of experts are looking for. The people who are at the top 20% are looking for 4% and above. All right, so that's kind of what we're going for here as far as click-through rates go. So once you do this, I'm going to tell you one other trick that I use that's really important, and I do this for my clients when they come in, is I will go, and I do this now with specific people because I've done it with them before, and you can find somebody, you could get, a family member to do this, you could get somebody off Fiverr, you could get, whoever you want, but is you ask them to do market research for you, pay them to do it. You say, here's $20, go do an hour or two of market research. You don't even have to pay them, some of them, right? Like my family do it for nothing, but you have them, visit groups that your ideal clients are in. You have them read blog posts. You tell them what you're looking for. You say, hey, what are these people talking about? You tell them who they are, the basics of them, and you say, hey, I want to know what they're talking about, what you think their fears are, what language are they using, what do they search on the internet for, or when you do a search with what they're talking about, what comes up for you, and tell me what you come up with. Don't tell them what you came up with. You just want them to tell you what, you don't want to tell them what you came up with, but they tell you what they came up with, if that makes sense. And then you put that together. You will get so much more insight by doing that. because now you will get it from a different perspective of somebody who's probably not in your industry and not looking for what you offer. All right. That's all I got for episode 81. We are talking about these kinds of things over at Marketing with the Twang. I've got my my new offer out on Marketing with the Twang. Man, there's so much value in there. I'll talk about it on another episode, but listen, I hope to see you over there. If not, come on back to episode 82 and I'll talk to you then. See you then. Bye.